So, at the beginning of this episode, our heroes find themselves in quite the predicament.
They certainly do. How do they get out of it? We're going to find out.
Stay tuned. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
If you don't already know, my name is Kathy.
My name's Tom.
And we're the Marvelous Donohues.
Happy Sunday, Marvelheads. Welcome. I threw that Happy Sunday in there.
I like it. I like it because it is Sunday. You guys, we usually record our videos before Sunday, but you guys know I got a serious job.
She does. It's really serious. Super duper serious.
And it is consuming a lot of my time, so we haven't had time to record, but we have had time to watch. Let's get into this Hawkeye.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. I almost said episode 2 because we did 1 and 2 before.
That's right. If you haven't watched those, please go back and watch them. Now or later.
Now or later. Well, you know what? We're going to start off with letting you know we've got some spoilers to go on, but not too many. We're getting better at keeping the spoilers down. But today, I'm driving, so let's get...
You can't hear the keys. Here you go.
I got them right here. Ling, ling, ling. Let's get into it. So, our heroes find themselves in quite a predicament.
That's right. Kate and Hawkeye in this case, in case you haven't been watching the series, which we hope you have.
We hope you have. And we are enjoying the Hawkeye Christmas. It's a lot to do with Christmas.
I know it is.
It's weird. They've got some Christmas music in there. And
we love it.
And we love it. So we have the introduction of a new character, a villain per se.
Villainess.
I know. So her name is Maya. And in her origin story, we find out that her father is actually killed by Ronin, who we all know is Hawkeye. So they go on to tell her story. And her origin story is that she is deaf. Mm-hmm. And she's also an amputee. And the character is an amputee and she's deaf. But also the person playing her character is an amputee. And she's also deaf. And she's Native American. Mm-hmm. I am really... loving. Tom always talks about this. I don't talk about it as much as the way that Marvel is including everyone's culture, everyone's story in their characters.
Yeah, it's the all-inclusive of cultures and people, and it's great.
And abilities. So I am loving this character, and let me tell you something. She is kicking some butt in this, you know.
Yeah, and she learned in her childhood, she started to learn how to do like karate and jujitsu and all that stuff.
And her dad made her tough. And it's kind of like the same but opposite of Kate Bishop.
Yep.
They both learned karate at a young age. They both did it because their father died. Well, in this character's, Maya's character, her father was with her for some time, and he died into her early teens, 20s.
Right.
But there is some sort of parallel between her and Kate Bishop now that they're meeting up with each other.
Yeah. And again, we compliment Marvel on just developing strong women.
Yeah.
And strong women in these roles. And
strong storylines that, per se, the women aren't victims. They're getting up. They're doing things. They're like making it happen, be it as a villain or as a pseudo young up-and-coming hero.
That's right. That's right. So.
Yeah, and I love it. Yeah. I love it. I've talked enough about the origin story, but I may touch back on it. So, Tom, you know, you're the action guy. Let's hear about the action.
That's right, action. This was an action-packed episode. So we pick up where our heroes are escaping from the sweatsuit gang. And
again.
They're still in the sweatsuits. So, don't know if it's low budget. You said Adidas. They picked it up a little bit. Anyway,
right.
So it was great. It was car chases. It was the thing I really liked about it was the arrows. We got to hear more about the arrows and learn more about the arrows.
Mm-hmm.
You had stuff, arrows that blow up. You have arrows that put like sticky stuff on windshields, spider webs. And I'm just wondering, where do they get these arrows?
I don't know.
Is there an 800 number for arrows? Arrows are us or something? What do you think?
The car chases were great.
That's right.
And that's the part where Hawkeye gets to really see how good Kate Bishop is.
Yeah.
And he later on admits it in the storyline that she is that good.
Yeah, remember, she acclaimed herself as being the world's greatest archer, and he even had to admit, hey, you're really good.
You just
and
might
that coming from Hawkeye, that's high praise.
That is high praise. That is high praise. And I feel like that a lot of this storyline is about him and her.
Right.
And her beginning to see that he is just more than just her hero. Because there's an incident where Maya has actually, it happens earlier before the car chase.
Right.
Maya has hit him and knocked his hearing aid out. And she's like signing, saying, why do you have this? She has an interpreter, but she also reads lips very, very well. And Hawkeye's like, I need this to hear. And she's kind of like, no, you don't need it. You just need to learn sign language. So he goes around for a little while without his hearing aid.
Right.
And we're able to experience what it's like to be him. So Kate Bishop turns into his interpreter.
Right. That's right. Unbeknownst to her. And I think you're right. I think that's the kind of the gelling point of this episode where she starts to really see him in a different light. Because, if you're watching the Avengers, what do you think? You think these people are perfect?
Yeah.
You think they're really, strong and courageous? But do we really know them as people? But now, in this episode, she's learned more about Hawkeye as a person.
She has. She has. So he's on the... First, he doesn't hear the phone ringing, so she tells him the phone's ringing.
Right.
And it's his son. So she's writing it down for him, and he's answering the questions. Son's like, hey, I miss you, I'm bored, mom's sleeping, and she gets to experience. And so do we as an audience.
The world of the deaf.
Yeah, you do. We do. We get to experience that. And she's helping interpret for him, not sign language, but the just writing it down.
Right.
Hearing his concerns, seeing his worry. And now, we find out, he's like, I need to be home in 3 days. I promised my kids that I would be home. And she's beginning to feel the weight of that responsibility.
Exactly.
And I believe that this relationship between she and Hawkeye, he's mentoring her, but she's also growing up because she sees that he's not just my hero.
Right.
He's a family man.
Right.
He has responsibilities. And throughout my life that I have not had to have shoulder those responsibilities because I'm wealthy, because guess what? Hawkeye's a regular working stiff.
Right.
Just like, not working now, to be honest with you, because the Avengers don't exist anymore in that form. It is a totally different world for him. So guess what? He may be unemployed now, just like we saw in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right.
And they were like, hey, you
got some unemployed Avengers walking around.
Yeah, exactly. The reality is that things are so different for them. People see them as heroes, but you got to have some sort of income. Like Mackie went to that bank to try to get that loan.
If you watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes. We recorded those, our opinions, so please
watch those.
Go back and watch those. But he's like, you don't really have any money. Can you ask Iron Man for some money or sign for this for you?
Well, what I thought about too? I thought about that this is something kind of a dichotomy. This is like Kate Bishop learning about Hawkeye. But you know what? Hawkeye learning again to be a real person. That you don't have we all have rent, mortgage, bills, and things like that. This is the phrase I like to use is after the parade is over, which means that when the parade's done and the accolades are over, what does an Avenger do?
Right.
And what do they learn along the way?
Yeah. Yeah. What do they do? What is their reality? They have just like I'm sorry, you guys, I was thinking about it. Just like Mackie's sister, in the Falcon's sister, she was like, he didn't save the whole world. He can't get alone.
Right.
So it's the same thing with Hawkeye. He saved the whole world, and he's very gracious. And he's like, he doesn't want to take any handouts or anything like that.
Right.
But he's got a family to support. What is next for him?
Right. And now he's got a bigger mission. He's got to deal with his past.
Right.
And they've got to get rid of this gang, and we got to get rid of the outfit.
Right. The costume of Ronin,
yeah.
that's bubbled up all these things that are going on, all these people that are looking for him.
Right.
People want to know, where's Ronin? He's killed all these people. This girl, Maya, saw him.
She's still going to be looking for him.
Right. She saw him kill her dad, her everything.
Right.
So on this hand, Hawkeye is a murderer.
Yeah.
Even though her dad was a bad person.
Right.
To Kate Bishop, Hawkeye is a hero.
Right.
So you're going to have these two dichotomies. I can't wait to see what happens.
Now, will he make it home in 3 days for Christmas? Will he be there for his family? Will he get Maya? And here's my big question. Who's the uncle?
Oh,
We've been talking about that this morning,
Yeah.
about who we think the uncle is. And it's like, I don't know.
Right. Who is the uncle?
Yeah, who is the uncle? I'm sure we're going to eventually see him.
Oh, definitely. We're going to see it. But you know what? In that origin story, he looked like he had huge hands. I'm like, could it be Thanos? It looked almost like
Josh
Thanos.
Brolin, are you coming back as Thanos?
I know, yes. Is he coming back as Maya's uncle? But the guy seemed like he was a huge guy. So
yeah.
I am waiting for that. And I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. Tom, what about you?
I'm looking forward to the next episode. I think there's supposed to be 6 total, so we're at episode 3. So
yes.
We're gonna see what happens at the end. We're not gonna tell you the ending here, but
no, definitely
they're gonna come face to face with somebody, and we're gonna find out next week who that is.
Yes. So you guys, that's all we have for now.
That's it.
And we want to just thank you for liking and subscribing. And we're just enjoying doing this.
That's right, being part of our Marvelhead family.
That's right.
So thank you for your support.
Yes, please. So, from Kathy
and Tom,
we'd like to thank you for joining us. And we will see you next time.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.